Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about the Gundam card game. I'm sorry I've been gone for a little bit here. I've been very busy. You may have seen I was casting one of the biggest Star Wars Unlimited events in the world over this last weekend, the regional qualifier in regional championship I should say in Bilbao, which was amazing fun, fantastic experience, and I had a wonderful time. You should check out those streams if you play Star Wars or if you just want to watch me do some high quality casting. But what I want to talk about today is, of course, Gundam. While I was there, they dropped all of Set 2, they dropped everything, so I've got a few videos that I want to get ready for you all. So, obviously, if you are seeing these on my Metafy, which I just want to give a little plug here, thank you very much for the support. I've been pretty overwhelmed with how many people have just jumped in and are willing to support me at the maximum tier, so thank you so much for all that. There's lots of really exciting content coming up, especially as we move forward, preparing for Set 2, preparing for Nats, similarly with Star Wars Unlimited, as we move into Set 6. So a huge amount of stuff to come exclusively over to Metafy, so please do check that out. If you support me for $5 a month, you get all my YouTube videos early, and obviously if you support me on that maximum tier, you get all my guides, all my events and everything like that for free, sort of included in that. So, you know, for free, we are paying for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this though. Starter Deck 6, Clan Unity. Now, those of you who have been following me for a little bit, this is not your first video, you'll know I've been very excited about this starter deck for quite some time. If this is your first video, then I would very much appreciate a like and a subscription, because like 95% of people, it's ridiculous, are not subscribed to watch my videos. You may think that's a fake statistic, but it's real. It's never been that high, so there's a lot of you who are watching and not hitting sub. Please make that wacky number go up. It genuinely does help me out a lot when it comes to opening doors for me to do more cool things. So yeah, really would appreciate that. But let's go ahead and jump into this. Starter Deck 6, Clan Unity. This is the G-Quarks deck, and this is the only Gundam anime I've now seen besides Build Fighters. So this is where I've begun. I really enjoyed this anime. It's made me want to watch a lot more of the other ones. So, you know, as time goes on, I will be going through and watching all of them. And I'm really excited for the starter deck. I think there is some incredible power here, and we're going to go through that. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my verdict on whether or not I think this starter deck is any good. And then factoring in that Set 2 cards, how good do I think this is likely to be in the meta. So let's jump in. I'm going to start off with G-Quarks and Mega Cycle. So this is the first of the two LRs. This is our red LR. This is a level 5 3 cost 4/4. So let's just pause there. Those are really good stats for a 3 cost especially. Yes, it's level 5, but a 4/4, that's big. Okay, cool. When linked, if another friendly clan unit is in play, this gains first strike. This is insane. This is like a phenomenally powerful ability, like genuinely really scary. And then this links with Machu. Machu, you can see there, when linked, look at the top card of your deck. If it's clan, reveal it, add to your hand, and return any remaining cards to the bottom of your deck. So, obviously, if this is going off consistently, that's extremely powerful. This deck really is very built around self-synergies. You need to be playing lots of clan units. So, obviously, that's going to be something we're going to be focused on. How good is this link pair? Insane. This is absolutely insane. At the moment, first strike is at a huge premium. We see it on things that are level 6 that require really specific combos. So you see this on Duo Maxwell with Gundam Death Scythe, which is a very powerful card, but again, comes down quite late. It's quite expensive. And yes, it does ramp, which is, you know, Death Scythe is very powerful, but Duo Maxwell is not the best pilot in the world. Machu is definitely a significantly better pilot. We also see this on cards like Banshee, but you need to return 12 cards from your drop to your discard, to your deck. So, you know, first strike is at a premium, and here this is the cheapest we have access to first strike. This is first striking for 6, which is pretty much removing anything relevant. It's almost removing everything. You know, things like Wing Zero will survive. Things with pilots on them may survive. But I mean, really, especially at the point in the curve this is coming down, this is dealing with everything. This is a absolutely very compelling reason that you would want to be in clan in red, green. So yeah, fantastic card. Absolutely deserving of being a cover card on the starter deck. Really powerful. Okay, our second link here with Machu is G-Quarks Omega Psychomu level 4 3 cost. This is a 4/2, so pretty hefty knock on the stats there. With an on deploy, if another friendly clan is in play, you choose an unit and ping 1 to it. So this is fine. I think when we get more good clans, this probably doesn't make the cut, especially with the strength of ping we see in set 2. This is really not that good anymore. Obviously, it's always nice to have something like this, and maybe we do see, like, in a few sets, this we could see red-blue moving in a clan blue direction, but I mean, not anytime soon, and this is fine. You know, it's an inoffensive body. It gets the job done. You do obviously need clans for this. It's relatively easy to set up, but yeah, definitely like kind of whatever. Not super exciting. Okay, then we have Gaia's Rickdom. So this is a clan traded, 2 cost 2/2. So okay, that's not great. Activate main, support 1, and it's linked with Gaia. So this is not good. This is really bad. Unfortunately, what we are going to start seeing a little bit of an issue is there are just not that many clan units, and that's obviously going to be a problem when we are very reliant on a trait. We may potentially be in the waiting room, depending on where the meta shakes out, and that's something I will talk about more later, but yeah, this is not where we want to be. This is not fantastic. Gelgu GQ, this is a Xeon 2/2 for some reason that's in the starter deck. So this is actually a very relevant card for Red to have access to. And cool, it's in a starter deck, so you can get a foil version. That's obviously great. Not sure why it's in this one, but yeah, I mean, this will see play. You will see this all over the place. Okay, and now we move on to the green part of the starter deck here. So this is Red Gundam, obviously a green card. This is level 4 3 cost, 4/3, so pretty good stats there on a level 4 3 cost. We know this is generically quite good with Breach 1. So first off, Riesel, right, for 1 cost more with Breach 1, I think immediately I would be playing this card no matter what. So this is like something that's very good. And we may see this see play in some of the aggro decks. I think like just as a generic thing, like a 4/3 with Breach 1, this is very scary. It also has an attack to choose 1 to 2 friendly clan units and they gain plus 2 AP during this turn. So similarly, I think we may see this just generally be splashed because this works on itself. So this is attacking with 6 AP on its own, and it's also getting Breach 1. So like as a generic tool, this card is actually just incredibly strong. And I genuinely expect this to see play, like outside of clan. This is very powerful, like hugely good. The unit here is so strong that the pilot is pretty weak. It's +1/+2, so making it a 5/5. We know that's a very relevant stat line to have, so obviously that's great. But during link, on attack, if you have a clan unit, scry 1, basically. That's fine. Scrying is actually quite powerful in this game, considering how low consistency it is. So I'm never going to, you know, immediately write off an effect like this, but it's not like that exciting. Obviously, the units here is so good that we are just seeing like the pilot be kind of whatever. And so it sucks a little bit, but you know, what can you do? That is what it is. This, again, just an overall, like, absolute 10 out of 10. Like, this is, like, these two LRs are so pushed that, especially with the consistency card we're going to get to, the fact you are going to see these quite often, I think is going to go a huge way to making this deck be viable. And again, I'll talk about it more in a little bit, but depending on where we see aggro in this meta, this deck is going to be really scary. And then we have Red Gundam here. This is just the classic 2/3/4 link here. We know these are decent. We'll want to be replacing these with any better cards as and when they come, but again, discussion for later. This is perfectly serviceable. Okay, then we have Ortega's Rickdom. So this is a 3/2/3/2. So not the best stats. Like to see 3/3 there, but fine. On deploy, choose one of your other clan units during this turn. It may choose an active enemy unit with 3 or less AP as its attack target. This is actually very good, primarily when it comes to wanting to hit those blockers that are so annoying. And I definitely think that this is going to be a really powerful card for the deck against white decks. Again, we're going to have to wait and see how popular those are. But against things like Wing, where you can just go, okay, well, this blocker is going to be really annoying. I've got a wide board. I'm going to go ahead and just deal with it. This card becomes very valuable. So again, I don't want to necessarily say this is trash. It's not, though, that ideal, and it's so meta dependent. And the stats are kind of mediocre on it, and it relies you on having another clan unit, right? And a decent clan unit at that. You know, this is something that isn't going to be super exciting in the early game. I mean, yes, I guess strictly speaking, you can just make those trades. But one of the issues we're going to see is there are just no early game clan units. You may have noticed that. But there are no 2/2s that are clan traded, which is a huge miss. Like, the fact that isn't even one is outrageous to me. Like, at least one, maybe we could have done something, inconsistent though it may be. So I'm expecting to see those with set 3, but yeah, definitely a huge issue. I'm going to talk about more with the deck in a moment. Sulai's Gelgu here. This is a good card. 2 drop 3/3, decent stats, links with any clan trait, just a solid card. This will see play, I think, sort of has to. But yeah, just a very absolutely decent card. Okay, and then we move into a lot of these command pilots here. So Ruthless Tactics gives 1/2 friendly clan units plus 2 AP. We have Red Gundam, so I mean, you can hit very large numbers with this deck. That's no surprise there. But yeah, this is not something that's going to actually, we're going to want to be playing post starters, or certainly like with set 2, basically. Okay, Schoolgun Smuggler. I think this is, with the LRs, the reason you want to be in this deck, because consistency is not a thing in Gundam, and here we have a really powerful consistency tool. This is a 1-cost, level 1 card, which says look at the top 3, add a clan unit or pilot, and add it to your hand. That's really good for fixing, right? Like, this is going to just, in that sort of mid to later game, you know, and we can see it fit really nicely into the curve. At level 5, you can have like one resource sort of sitting there doing nothing. Okay, well, let me go get either my, so you can see if we just go back to the links, so I can either go grab my G-Quarks or my Machu, or here I can grab my Shuji or my Red Gundam, right? So it fills the curve there, it fits what we're looking for. So, you know, that is a hugely, hugely powerful ability. This is one of the most compelling reasons to be in G-Quarks, and I think, you know, until the game becomes more consistent, this is going to be one of the best tools, and it's going to be really, really important. Okay. Next, we have Fierce Unity. This lets you basically not get battle damage from enemy units at level 2 or lower during this turn. This is like actually not bad. It's not awful in stopping, you know, your opponent from making some of those really powerful trades into you. But again, we don't have any really good early game units to take advantage of this, so this also just ends up being kind of bad. Okay, then we come on to bases. We have Clan Battle. So this is a very interesting base. The usual things, and then you can rest this base if a friendly Link clan unit is in play. Choose a friendly unit against +2 AP. +2 AP is a lot, and we can see actually. But if you look at the links, like they're all hitting stupid numbers anyway, right? Like Red Gundam is once linked, it's swinging for 7. Okay, I mean, like, do we really need to be swinging for 9 there? Similarly, Omega Cyclemu is swinging for 6. 8 is relevant. 8 is relevant. That is gonna, like, you know, between and going up to 10 means you will be able to snipe literally anything in the game. So I see the value there with the first strike, but the big thing here is you can just give any friendly unit that it doesn't need to be clan +2 AP, and that is quite nice and giving you a little bit of redundancy there. I think just fundamentally though, the deck has so much attack pumping anyway that you probably don't care too much about this. We know how good +1 AP is thanks to Vesalius, and +2 is obviously very scary, but Vesalius is particularly good because it lets you just suddenly hit that 3 AP in the early game, potentially when your opponent isn't expecting it, or just getting those little extra AP buffs to hit those breakpoints when you need them, and you don't need to be reliant on sort of anything else. So my view is this is probably a little bit too inconsistent until we are linking very, very easily. Okay, finally, for the new cards here, we have Canavan Co. Limited. So this is a very interesting one. When a friendly clan unit links against Breach 3 once per turn. That's very scary. Obviously, much scarier on this G-Quarks, right? Like, this is insane. If it goes first strike plus Breach 3, my god, that is scary. Breach 4 obviously is nice on Red Gundam, but far, far less scary than Breach 3 going on to something new. Works with any sort of clan link, so yeah, very, very good base here. This is going to be the one I think you're going to be playing 4 copies of. It is far more interesting. And finally, we have a reprint here of Close Combat, which I think is a good reprint, and we're going to talk about that more momentarily. So, okay, let's give a review of the starter deck. Overall, this is an amazing starter deck, right? Like, in terms of the tools you are getting, your big LRs, your huge bombs, these are massive, right? Like, you absolutely need to see these. This is what you. These are compelling reasons to build a deck. So yes, you absolutely want to go out. You want to pick up the starter deck if you have any intention of ever playing clan. However, here's the issue. The deck has basically no early game right now, like at all. And even if you look at set 2, it gets some more really powerful bombs. You can see it getting that really powerful stuff in the mid range. We get a generic link that gains high maneuver in a level 5 3-cost Red Gundam. Super, super powerful card. Absolute staple. Goes straight in the deck. And we get a G-Quarks level 7/5 that lets you go through your deck and go through the top 3 cards of your deck and play out something for free. We know how powerful those things are. We'll talk about that more in the next video. I think you'll see, or maybe it'll be the previous one, which is like my top 10 cards of the set. I talk about both of those there because I think they're insane. But that's not solving this early game issue. And I think that's where we come into the discussion over, is aggro still going to be around? And if Xeon aggro and if white-blue aggro are still very, very powerful, I don't think this deck can do anything because it's just too slow. You can't sit there and do nothing in the early game. Now, there are tools that we get in red, in particular, that are insanely powerful early game pings. And so if we see red-blue really take off, or purple-red with a huge amount of pinging, a lot of powerful removal, if we see these removal decks begin to take hold, then I think this kind of mid-rangey style gameplay with the ability to just massively outvalue the opponent could become very, very scary, but we do need to wait and see where that goes. So overall, I think my rating for the starter deck is it's very, very good, but caveated with it's missing a very, very key component. So if in set 3 we start to get some of these 2/2s in clan, we actually get to round out the deck, we get everything we're missing, and we see the meta kind of shift a little bit away from being quite so aggro dominated, so you're not going to be falling behind massively, and we move a bit more towards a mid-rangey game, then I think this deck will be absolutely phenomenal. I am very, very excited. I am looking to pick up a lot of these cards in max rarity because I just really like the show. I think the deck has some absolute gas, and I think right now the fact it's kind of bad will hopefully keep those prices low before things I am willing to bet will go off the rails a bit in set 3. I'm expecting this deck to get fully supported then. But there we go. That is my review of ST06 Clan Unity. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Again, thank you if you're seeing some Metafy for your support. It's really, really much appreciated. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Cheers.